Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1 for playoffs. My guest at this time is Zander of 100 Thieves, coming off of their match against G2, in which they came out on the losing end to thus see their run in set competition come to an end. And so, as I said right then and there, you see your playoff journey in this league come to an end today by losing to G2, Xander. Obviously, it's a tough way to go down, but still, got to ask you, what was the mindset like, or more so the emotions coming off of that match from your point of view?
For coming off of it, obviously it sucks. I mean, we lost like Haven pretty badly, but we never really like thought it was like over because we are very confident on Split and Pro. So I mean, after Split, we were like honestly coming into Pro with a lot of confidence. I think we lost a few rounds on Pro early, and then eventually led to like 11-6 lead. And honestly, if we just played more slowly and never try to finish the game too fast, maybe we can. Maybe it'd be a different result. And I think, yeah, it just sucks. Obviously, like being so close, like technically 2 rounds off of beating the team that they almost won Masters Bangkok, I believe. So yeah, I mean, sucks, but you live another day. You learn, and yeah, we'll fight another day.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was definitely a match that had all of the twists and turns, and also, the potential of a comeback. And maybe sometimes the comeback would happen, sometimes the comeback would not happen. But I mean, for this occasion, G2 was on that side of the comeback, especially now going over into pro, which is what I want to ask you about first and foremost regarding this match. I mean, you guys were ahead at 11-6. Had the chance to close it early on, but then G2 caught fire at the second half of that second half, latter stages of that second half on the defensive side, and then went over to overtime, multiple overtimes, and then it ended with them coming out on top. Focusing on to the second half most particularly, when did you feel the team started to switch their usual mode of play? From just being like on the driver's seat to now just kind of being relegated to the passenger seat, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, like we never really changed up how we play exactly. I think we just like made like mistakes. Simply put, I feel like we were like in control the entirety of the half. We like the 11-6 round. I think in particular was really bad by us. We had a Your ult for B. We just had to hit B with it, and we kind of got all the info we needed, and we still decided to go through with it. And yeah, I think that was like a really bad round. We just had like simply like bad blunders. I don't think like it was anything about like us shifting how we play. It was just just pretty much bad like play on important rounds, and so yeah, just kind of snowballed out of control. They got some ults, and then they used them for like and pretty much snowballed into a comeback. And yeah, that's all I could say about that.
Kind of felt like the team was missing that clutch factor, right? You're just trying to, fulfill what you guys needed to fulfill in those final set of rounds to close it. Did it kind of feel like that for you?
No, not at all. I mean, I feel like we were like honestly in control. The rounds that we could have won that were like close and clutch, I think they just played very well in them. They are very strong when it comes to post plant, and that's like what their like forte is. Like it's get a site, and once they get that site, it's very difficult to win. And I think they just put like pretty much respect to them because they put a lot of pressure on us, and it was difficult to win these rounds. And yeah, I don't think I think we're like pretty confident in the clutches, and I think we'll close that game out anytime, 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, and like it's definitely the kind of thing that in which you and the rest of the team will look at and take with you and learn from for the future. And yeah, like I mean, now kind of focusing onto the match as a whole. I mean, obviously you guys had a game plan set when it came to the map pool, and then opting for the Haven, with the confidence that maybe you guys would do well. Obviously, that didn't kind of work out, but still, I want to know like the rationale behind the selection of Haven, the thought process that you guys had in mind coming into that map, and how did that kind of game plan then transpire once you guys were in the server?
Yeah, I mean, we just simply came in with a game plan that we thought would work very well. And I think there was a lot of rounds, especially on defense, that were really good. They just like honestly had really good rounds against another respect to them. They had like really good like setups for our refights on defense, and yeah, the game plan was like very very good going into it. I think they just adjusted very well, and also we've seen them do poorly on Haven in the past. They lost to Cloud9 pretty badly, and I just think they fixed their mistakes from that series or that map, and they brought it to this map, and it showed.
No, for sure. And then it went over to map two, and then obviously you guys were able to come out of that on top. But still, like not even focusing on how you guys were able to win on split, and having to thwart off G2's advance on that map. But more so, like what was the mentality like, or more so the state of the team in terms of the mindset, like when it comes to moving on from map one to say like, hey guys, let's just brush it off, let's just move on. We got another chance to take on these guys and force a map three. What was that discussion like for you, and how did that kind of like carry over from map two to map three?
I mean, yeah, after first map, we kind of just said like reset, doesn't really matter. It's in the past, accept it. We felt like we just picked up the positives about the map. We felt like we did well in certain situations. I feel like it came down to like some unlucky things, and yeah, and then after split, we were going in confident regardless. And once we started getting going, I think it's really hard to stop us once we gain momentum, and I think you saw that throughout split, and then we took that momentum even onto Pearl. So yeah, I'd say overall we're like very confidence based, and if we're like on fire like that, we're gonna do very very well always.
Yeah, for sure, and definitely, like I said, we'll take this to the future and and use that as the blueprint to improve. Now, as I said, with this result, you guys are now out of the of stage one, and now now becomes the process of actually bouncing back for stage two. But still, before we get into the future, I want to ask you just sort of like, how did you view the team's performance in this playoff phase, and also in a way including regular season, because in a way that kind of got you to where you guys are at right now. I mean, and even focusing on yourself, like obviously you didn't have the best of games in the first affair. I believe against MIBR, and so it took a lot of time for you. I would assume to bounce back individually speaking, and you did that in NRG, and then carrying that over to today. What I wanted to ask you again is, how do you look back on this team's run in playoffs? What are some of the biggest takeaways that you can like use for the future, and how do you look at your performance overall?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton to take away, honestly. Like, we've, at least in these last 3 days, we talked a lot together and, like, what we need to fix. And, I mean, going from, like, we'll start with the regular season. Overall, like, yeah, I think I played very, very poorly individually. I didn't feel like my normal self. I think I was, like, in a way, putting the team first, and I was trying to be, like, way too selfless and not playing my game. And so I'd like pretty much die in situations I shouldn't die in, and like do things for my team that I thought were good for my team. But I have to be like a lot more selfish in a way. That's probably a bad way to say it, but there's probably a better word for what I'm trying to say. And I kind of brought that to the energy game, because after throughout the season, I was like kind of trying to fix out like, or kind of reflect and think about what I'm like doing wrong and stuff like that. And I think it just hit me like a switch on after the MIBR game. The MIBR game we played very very poorly, like as a team, but individually I did pretty bad as well. And kind of just like talked to Tony Zix, the coach, and pretty much said like, yeah, this is like what you're doing wrong. Like I'm just rushing things a lot. Like I need to like play slower. And yeah, I pretty much like try to play my own game a little bit more. And once the team play came in, I'm going to be involved. And I brought that to the energy game, and I think we showed that in the G2 series. And I think, yeah, today I think we played very, very well. I think we showed our true selves. What we did in scrims, I think like everything we did today was very near perfect. Obviously we lost, but that's because I think G2 is just a great team, and I think if we're ever going to play them again, I think we'll be even stronger, and we know where we did wrong the series. The series, and yeah, I think we're going to be a lot stronger for stage two.
Because like as you said right there, G2 is not really that much of a pushover. They're a very strong team, and for some, it would have been expected for them to kind of beat you guys in a much more cleaner fashion as a 2-0 kind of thing. But still, like for you guys to push them to the absolute limit and show, not just like the fans on the stage, but also everybody else has been following this league, about what this team can do. It just shows a lot of promise for stage two and everything beyond that. Even like yourself and flipping that switch, individual switch, and switch that. It makes you think that now you understand it now. Just to kind of put it as from the TikTok meme, right?
Yeah, really do. Like it's just like a flip in the like. I just kind of felt like my old MLB self. Like I didn't do amazing today, but like I think I was just like playing like my old self, regardless. And it's like really like pleasing to me at least because for me, like when I lose or like when I play very very poorly, like I'm like very like I'm like a perfectionist. And I think everybody at this level is like they're very hard on themselves if they do bad. Sounds like a high like performer, and so yeah, it was like difficult throughout this the stage, but I'm glad I brought myself back.
Oh, for sure, and it'll be definitely one that you will take into the break and also for the rest of stage two. So, Xander, thank you so much for the opportunity. Like I said, unfortunate that the result went as it did, but still, you're gonna learn from this and be a much better person. So that's it. Thank you so much for the interview once again, and best of luck goes for you during the break and everything beyond that, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.